Hi, my name is Madeline Masters. I'm an attorney with Legal Aid of North Carolina. Thank you for watching today. Today, I want to talk to y'all a little bit about scams, okay? How to protect yourselves and your loved ones. And before we get started, I just want to let you know the best way to stop scams is community. So, talking to one another, reaching out to friends and family, you are really on the front lines here. So I hope you can learn from this presentation, and anything you take away, please share with as many people as possible. Okay, first of all, what is a scam? A scam is a lie designed to make you give up your money to someone or your personal information. Now, scam artists can be literally anyone. As an attorney, I've seen scam artists be adult children, nephews, caretakers coming into the home, neighbors, friends, and strangers over the internet. Really, anyone can be a scam artist. Okay, what they have in common is they're trying to get to you and trying to get you to part with your money or your personal information. Okay, so today's presentation, we're breaking it up into two parts. Part one is going to go over some common scams in general. And then part two, we're going to talk specifically about coronavirus scams. Okay, so let's get started. Intro to common scams. And just so you know what's coming, these are the scams we're going to talk about during our common scams. You've got, and I will go into more detail with these, but just so you see what they are, we've got romance scams, lottery scams, tech assistant scams, business opportunity scams, and home repair scams. So 5 really common ones. If you get an idea of what these are about, you'll be able to prepare yourself against a lot of different kinds of scams. Romance scams. Okay. From what I've read, the number one type of scam in North Carolina is a romance scam. It's something that is incredibly popular, strikes people of all ages, young, old, in between. Everyone is vulnerable to this. Romance scam is pretty simple. You meet someone online and they talk to you for so long that you fall in love or you become close friends in your mind and you want to help them. Now, step 3, they tell you a sad story and they need some money. And then they get you to send money to either wire it or through gift cards, some sort of way that is really not traced. And the end result is you've been conned. It sounds really simple when I break it down into those steps, but to give you an idea, here's an example. I knew someone who talked to a person online for 4 years. Okay, I thought this person was their girlfriend. And then, she really wants to come see him, but she can't afford the plane ticket. So he needs to send money for the plane ticket, not buy the plane ticket, send money for the plane ticket. Then she can't show up at the airport because she was in a car accident on the way there. Now she needs money to get medical treatment. Okay, and like I said, the scam artists have tons of time. They have nothing but time and effort. Okay, so this is not just someone you meet right away, although they may be. There's always Nigerian prince scammers who are like, marry me and I'll give you $1 million, but first I need to immigrate to your country, right? There's definitely people you'll meet right away and they'll ask you for money. But with romance scams, they can drag it out and it looks many different ways. What they have in common is that they do not meet with you in person. They refuse to meet in person and they need money for something. Okay. And usually when they ask for money, they'll ask for it to be wired or they'll ask for it in gift cards. This is something that a lot of scammers do because it's hard to trace the money and it's hard to get the money back. Okay, so that's a romance scam. Next one. Okay, how to spot and stop romance scams. Google details of their story plus the word scam. For example, if you Google oil rigger scam or military scam, or I had someone call me about a Nigerian soldier scam, right? A lot of times scammers will use the same story over and over and over again. And if you Google it really quickly, you can see these details and see that this is a common scam. Another thing you can do is do a reverse image search of a person's profile picture to see if it's associated with another name. So for example, a while ago, I had posted some furniture online for sale, and I got an email, and the email was kind of suspicious, so I did a reverse image search of them, and it went to a Russian bride's website. Okay, so you don't know these people. You know, someone online could have a picture of a random person, a real person that's not them. So you need to do a reverse image search. Talk to friends and family. See if they think anything is suspicious. Like I said at the beginning of my presentation, community is really key to stopping scams. Okay, so definitely talk to friends and family. You know, if one person tells you something is a scam, you know, maybe they're jealous, but maybe they're concerned for you. They care about you. They want what's best for you. So don't be afraid to talk about these things. And then remember, we talked about this already, but I will say it again, only scammers ask you to wire money or send money through gift cards. Please do not spend money through gift cards. Okay. Lottery scam. I have some unfortunate news. You will not win a foreign country's lottery. You're not going to win the Mexican lottery. You're not going to win the Jamaican lottery. You have not won any of these lotteries. Okay. The lottery scam, you get a call, you get a pop-up ad, you get an email, you get mail in the letter in the mail saying that you've won a lottery or a sweepstakes or a new car or vacation. Okay, and you respond, and it's very exciting. You know, I've had clients call me and say that they've won the Mega Millions. Right, they didn't buy Mega Millions tickets, but they won the Mega Millions. Okay, and so you reach out and you respond or you cash the check. But in order to get the prize, it turns out you have to pay processing fees or taxes, or they made a mistake and sent you too much money and now you need to send some money back. Okay. Now, if you get notification that you've won something, okay, stop. Stop and think about it. This is a very common scam. Okay, never ever share banking information with someone who contacts you first. Okay, and do not wire money to someone or send money through gift cards. I'm going to repeat that over and over again. That's one thing you take from this. And one thing to remember about the lottery scam, one way I've seen it come up is people get checks in the mail and then they cash it, and then the person contacts them and like, oh, I accidentally sent you 4,000. I meant to send you 10,000. Send the money back. In real life, banks have to make money available to you right away, but that doesn't mean the check is good. So what happens is you're contacted to send the money back. You send the money back. Turns out the check was bad. Now you're overdrawn. Okay, and the bank, you know, we can negotiate with the bank. We can work on it. But once a scam's already happened, once a scam artist has their money, I can tell you as a lawyer, it's very difficult to get it back. So if you find that yourself in this situation where it sounds too good to be true, it probably is, and you need to stop and ask around and think before you do anything else, okay? Next scams. The Federal Trade Commission says that this is one of the biggest scams attacking elderly people, are tech assistant scams. Um, how it works, you get a phone call or a computer pop up from someone allegedly from a well-known company. They could say they're from Microsoft, they could say they're from Apple, for example. They say that your computer has issues and you need to download some software. All right, you gotta stop. What they're actually doing, and let's see if this is on my next slide. No, okay, we're going on. I'm gonna need this part edited out. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, tech assistant scams, one of the most common scams attacking elderly people. The way it works is you get a phone call or a computer pop up from someone from an allegedly well-known company. So you get a pop-up warning, your computer has been infected with a virus, okay? Or you get a call from someone and they say it's Microsoft, okay? What they have in common is they say that your computer has issues and you need to download some software, or you need to give them some information about your computer, okay? If you are ever approached by someone saying you need to download information and it's not your company's IT person who comes and sees you in person, right? You need to stop. Don't hit the link. Don't give away your personal information. Oftentimes what'll happen is you'll click a link and they'll download malware onto your computer, okay? Or, and at that point, once they have access to your computer, they can see all sorts of things you're doing. They can get access to your banking information if you use your computer for banking, your passwords, etc. So if you get something like this, a tech assistant scam, you need to stop. Okay, if you have computer issues, if it's your work computer, talk to your IT people. If it's your personal computer, take it into a computer repair store. Okay, don't click a link, don't listen to someone who calls you over the phone and approaches you. Moving along, business opportunity scams. Okay, these take a lot of different forms. But two I'm going to talk a little bit about is, first of all, the multi-level marketing scam. A legitimate multi-level marketing business pays you based on sales to retail customers. All right, scams will pay you based on recruiting new people. Okay, if someone says you can make money selling stuff, right, but the money is actually made by recruiting new people, that's a pyramid scheme. Okay, eventually you probably will not make any money, and if you do, the bottom's going to fall out eventually. Okay, likewise, do not trust any work from home opportunity that requires you to provide credit card information or to pay up front. I know someone who wanted to work from home, but first they spent thousands and thousands of dollars on online work from home business classes. Okay, that unfortunately turned out to be a scam. And the way you can tell is it required him to pay the money up front, first of all. A lot of these people selling business lessons, you know, are scammy. If you're not sure, what you can do is you can contact your local small business center. A lot of community colleges have them, or you can contact your local business school and get information. Take legitimate classes, do networking in the business community in your area. Don't just trust advertisements you see online from work from home. And again, you can always Google. The person I mentioned earlier who spent all the thousands and thousands of dollars on online business classes that were bulk, if he had Googled the name of the company and the word scam, right? So fake company scam, it would have turned up complaints from the Federal Trade Commission. Okay, so always do some basic investigation into these work from home opportunities. Okay, and I think this is my last one, but I do want to mention it, home repair scams. Notice a lot of these scams, what they have in common is you are being approached by someone, right, out of the blue. Someone approaches you out of the blue to talk to you online as a boyfriend, girlfriend. Someone approaches you to say that there's issues with your computer. With a home repair scam, someone comes to your door and says that your home needs repairs, right? Uh, After there's been an accident, sometimes legitimate companies will go door to door, but also a lot of scammers when there's a hurricane or a tornado or other natural disaster or storm, they will go out and canvass neighborhoods hoping to pick up people to give them money. Okay, so someone comes to your door and says that your home needs repairs, or you hire someone and they say that you need expensive repairs right away. I knew someone who hired this legitimate company to come look at their roof, and the salesman said, "Oh, that's going to be a $14,000 repair job." All right, turns out the person was just trying to make a sale, and while the company was legitimate, that individual was not. Okay, when it comes to home repairs, do not trust someone who comes to your door. Don't do it. Okay, get multiple opinions. All right, I'll give an example from my own life. I hired someone to clean out my chimney one time. They come, they clean out my chimney, everything's good. And then they tell me that there's something wrong with my chimney and it's going to cost $6,000 to repair. Okay, it's a fire safety hazard, right? The whole house is in danger of burning down. Thankfully, from watching many webinars and doing these kinds of presentations, I knew to get multiple opinions. So what I did, right, one person can lie to you. 3 people who do not know each other are not going to tell the same lie. So I called 2 other chimney repair places, asked them to come in. Both of them said all I needed was a cap fixed and it was a $20 repair. Okay. This one person almost scammed me out of several $1,000s, but I was able to escape simply by getting multiple opinions. So when it comes to home repairs, get multiple opinions. Another thing, if someone's pressuring you to act right away, not just in home repair schemes, but contracts, anything. If someone says, they're going fast, you need to sign right now, or we have this one-time deal, if someone's pressuring you to act right away, that is a huge red flag. All right, scam artists, they work best and they get the most money if people do not have time to talk to other people, if people do not have time to think things over, if people do not have time to read the contracts. Okay, if someone's pressuring you to get a home repair done immediately, right? You may actually need that home repair done right away, but it could also very well be a scam. So that should be a little red flag going up, telling you that you need to get multiple opinions and you need to be careful here. Another simple thing you can do when it comes to repairs, get your homeowner's insurance to send someone to look at your home first. The person I mentioned earlier who was charged $14,000 to repair a roof, 2 weeks later, she called her homeowner's insurance. They sent someone out, said it was a $200 repair. Okay, you can always call your homeowner's insurance if you're not sure. All right, moving along. All right, we went through that pretty quickly, but you are an expert now on the scams. We went over a whole bunch of them: romance scams, lottery scams, tech assistant scams, home repair scams. These are the major scams that you'll see. Okay, but scam artists, they adapt. They adapt to situations. So now with the coronavirus pandemic, what we're seeing is scam artists are coming up with new ways to try to get between you and your money or get your personal information so that they can steal your identity. So we're going to talk a little bit more about coronavirus scams, okay? And just for a little bit background, I'm sure you're familiar with this, so I will go over this very quickly, but coronavirus 101, just so you know what it is, in case you haven't been watching news, known as COVID-19. It's a virus that causes respiratory issues, okay? One thing to remember right now is that there's currently no known cure for COVID-19, and there's debates about treatment. So as of this date, which is June 6th, there is not a set treatment for coronavirus. Okay, there's people debating different kinds of treatments, but there's no singular treatment that the medical community has set on. And just a few things that you can do to stop the spread of coronavirus. Stay home, wash your hands. Okay, now we're going to talk about what you can do to stop and spot coronavirus scams, okay? And again, these are people trying to get a hold of your money or get a hold of your personal information so that they can open credit cards or do other things with your identity. All right, types of scams. Just an overview of what we're going to go over. Before I get into these, what really unites all of these scams, both coronavirus scams and the regular scams I went over earlier, is that scam artists do not want you talking to other people. Okay, they want you to make decisions quickly and they want you to keep things secret. Okay. So education here is really key. If something seems fishy, or even if something seems normal, talk to other people. And as you're learning about these scams, reach out to friends and family members and tell them about these different kinds of scams. Tell them about the scam calls you get. Spread the word. Education is really key to stopping this. Okay, first coronavirus scam that's going around. Miracle cures and treatment. As of this date, right, and this may change if you're watching this in the future, there are no currently medically proven cures for coronavirus. All right. Anyone who is selling you a cure online, over the phone, through letters, that is a scammer. Okay. There's no essential oil or pill that you can buy that will work. Okay. You are just wasting your money. The real ways to stop coronavirus are to wash your hands and talk to your doctor, okay, if you need medical assistance. Do not buy treatments online or over the phone or through the mail, okay? As of this date, June 6th, these are not working, and you can go to the Federal Trade Commission website and see a lot of these scam artists being prosecuted, okay? Similarly, regarding miracle cures and treatment, the CDC is very, very busy, okay? So the Centers for Disease Control is not going to call you regarding potential treatments unless you happen to be some sort of researcher is watching this, unless an official researcher is watching this, in which case they may call you. But your average person who is facing this disease, like, I'm not going to get a call from the CDC. Average person watching this is not going to get a call from the CDC regarding potential treatments. If you get a call from someone saying they're the CDC, they're the Centers for Disease Control, or they say they're your local hospital, all right, they're a scam artist. They're trying to get you to buy something. They're trying to get a hold of your personal information. Similarly, imposter scams, right? These two blend a little bit together. Okay, scammers prey upon your fear and will pretend to be these different types of groups and organizations. Okay, the IRS. Let's say you get a call saying that you owe taxes or you were mispaid your stimulus check and you need to send it back. Right, the IRS is not going to call you. Okay, IRS communicates through letters. The CDC is not going to call you. The police are going to show up at your door. Generally, unless you're actively working with the police are not going to call you. And not necessarily coronavirus specific, although you could see this. One thing that's really common with imposter scams is grandkids in trouble. So you get a call, they say, this is your grandkid, John. I am in the hospital, or my flight got canceled and I'm stranded, right? Or I'm stuck in quarantine and I need money. Okay. It's always a grandchild. There's always some sort of emergency. They need money. Do not tell their parents, is what they say. I can't let mom and dad know about this. If you get one of these calls, all right, if you get a call from someone saying they're the government, just hang up. If you get a call from a grandchild, first of all, they may be someone pretending to be your grandchild. Get off the phone, call your grandchild for the number you have for them. Okay. Um, if they say they're in jail, do not wire money, right? Go to a professional bail bonds person. You can actually call the police department, see if someone's been arrested. All right, don't just wire money to anyone who calls you over the phone saying they're in trouble. About grandkids in general, call their parents, like actually call their parents. I'm like, hey, Johnny says that he's in trouble. Where is Johnny? Have you talked to him recently? Okay, so watch out for all these things. They're taking new shape and new forms with the coronavirus pandemic. So we need to be on the lookout for folks pretending to be someone they're not. Okay, rebate or stimulus check scams. It is June 6th on the date I'm recording this. Many of you should have gotten your stimulus or rebate check by now. Okay, but you may still be dealing with scammers, so I'm going to go over these. Okay, so with the rebate or stimulus check, people below a certain income can get up to $1,200. Um, that's a typo. People with dependents can get more. Well, but if it's just you as an individual, you can get up to $1,200. Rebate or stimulus check from the government due to coronavirus. Um, Fiction. With the rebate check, you do not have to pay any taxes or processing fees to get your money. All right, if you receive a letter saying that this is your stimulus check, but you have to pay a processing fee, that's a scam. Okay. Um, if you are contacted and they said that you got in an error and you need to send the money back, then that's been a scam. All right, the government is either fact depositing the check automatically into your account or sending you a check in the mail. Okay, you do not need to pay any taxes or processing fees. Similarly, you do not need to speak to someone over the phone or by email in order to get your check. Okay? If you get a call saying that they need your personal information, like this is the IRS, let's say for example, you get a call from someone saying this is the IRS, we have your stimulus check, we just need to make sure your information is correct. That is a scam. The IRS is not going to call you. No one's going to be contacting you to make sure you got your check. All right. No one's going to be contacting you to make sure to fill out stuff for you to get your check. There's no steps. If you filed taxes in the past 2 years, you should get your check. If you have not gotten your check or you have not filed taxes, go to the IRS website, irs.gov. Okay, if you haven't gotten your stimulus check, and you want to make sure that you get it, go to irs.gov. They have steps to go over on their website. Do not trust someone who calls you. Do not trust emails. Just be very, very vigilant and careful about this. Okay. Notice lots of times people are posing as someone else. Very, very common. I should have mentioned this earlier. A lot of scammers will change caller ID to make it look like they're official. So if someone's posing at as the CDC, they could change it so that it looks like it's calling from Atlanta. Or if they're pretending to be the IRS, they could change caller ID so it looks like they're calling from DC. Similarly, phishing scams. Phishing scam is when a cyber criminal pretends to be a legitimate org. They want you to click a link that will install malware on your computer, or they're trying to get at your personal information. An example that I've recently seen, it was an email pretending to be a boss, right? So pretending to be your employer and asking you to click a link or requesting passwords or personal information. With the coronavirus pandemic, a lot of people are working from home now. We're relying on email more than ever. All right. So if you get an email from your employer saying you need to make this emergency purchase, right? Let's say it's from the CEO or the executive director. You need to make this emergency purchase right away. Go ahead. It's already been okayed. That's a red flag. It could very well be a scam artist trying to take advantage of you, trying to get you to wire money, trying to get you to buy gift cards, trying to get you to buy products. All right. Reach out. Don't reply to that email, right? Because it could be a fake email. Reach out to the person at the phone number or email that you have for them that you know is correct. Okay. And before making large purchases, definitely double check. Okay. Also watch out for emails from the CDC or other alleged government agencies. Similarly, watch out for emails offering health advice. Okay, there's a lot of pseudoscience going around. Remember, as of this date, there's no known cure or treatment for coronavirus. So the only medical advice you should be listening to is the one from your doctor. All right. And an example of a phishing scam. This is one pretending to be the World Health Organization. Notice a couple of things to be aware of is that they have the logo. A lot of phishing scams will get the logos of the organization so that they look legitimate. Okay? Dear sir or madam, but one thing you can tell that this is fake is at the top, see there's a misspelling. They misspelled safety. All right? Important emails containing lots of typos, red flag. Click on the button below to download. This is the biggest red flag. If someone sends you a link, right, follow up with that person at the email or phone number you have for them and make sure it's a legitimate link. Don't just trust an email with a link, okay? And see more typos, fever, cough, see shortness of breath, right? This is a fake email, right? And again, if you're an average person, the World Health Organization is not going to be contacting you. The CDC is not going to be contacting you. Okay? If you're ill, your local health department may be contacting you, but the CDC generally is not going to contact you. Okay, charity scams. We all want to help and come together. A lot of people are really struggling with unemployment, with a lot of financial difficulties, and so people want to help. Okay, they want to help. They want to help fight for a cure. They want to help people make their rent. These are good impulses. These are what make us human. But when you give money, you need to make sure that you're giving to a legitimate charity, because scammers have no shame. All right, they will pretend to be anyone if it means they get a hold of your cash. Okay, So if you are approached by a charity that you have not given before, they call you, they email you, you receive letters in the mail, Google the name of the charity plus the word scam or the word complaint. Okay? So let's say I get a call from fake charity, as example. So I Google fake charity scam, right? And that leads up to a whole list of websites that tells me complaints that have been made against this. That by itself will tell me if there's been issues. Now, just because there's no results with Google doesn't mean it's fine, but Googling the name of the charity is a good first step. Other things, do not wire money. Do not wire money. Do not wire money. Okay. Don't do it. Don't do it. Similarly, don't give credit card info over the phone. If you want to give to a legitimate charity, go to their website, pull up their contact information. Oftentimes, legitimate charities will have links on their websites, or they'll have hotlines you can call them at, or hold on just a second. Dimitri, I can hear you. This is important. This is going to be edited out. Sorry about that.
That's okay. You there? Oh yeah, just go back to where you were. And if you want to start that section over, go ahead. That's fine. Okay.
All right. Other things. Do not wire money. Don't do it. No charity is going to ask you to wire money. Like maybe in some weird circumstance if you're a big time donor. But that's going to, those kinds of donations, any kind of donation where you would be wiring money to a charity is going to be set up and involves lots of steps and involve lots of one-on-one with the charity and meeting with people in person. All right, you giving $500 is not going to require that money to be wired. So don't wire money. Similarly, do not give credit card info over the phone. If you want to donate to your charity, go to their website. Oftentimes, legitimate charities will, on their website, they'll have ways that you can give, either links or they'll have mailing addresses where you can send in a check. Similarly to the do not wire money, never, ever, 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 ever pay by gift card. All right. If you are giving someone a gift card, you should see that as, giving that money away. Gift cards are great stocking stuffers for friends and family, right? But actually giving someone money, paying a charity, a legitimate charity is not going to be asked to be paid for through gift cards. Okay. And again, there may be some sort of exception to this. Maybe a local charity is asking for donations of gift cards so that they can buy stuff, right? Just keep in mind that that's a red flag is being asked to be paid by gift cards, okay? So be very careful about that. Another thing you can do, review the charity on a well-known site. There's lots of different sites where you can review charities, lots of different sites that go over how charities spend their money, what portion goes to administrative costs, what portion actually goes to the charity aspect of the charity. I've listed a couple here. I don't really endorse one or over the other. These are just some ideas to get you started. Okay, but Charity Navigator, Better Business Bureau, Wise Giving Alliance, and Charity Watch are all great options, and there's plenty more online if you look up charity review sites. All right, so watch out. People may be trying to prey on your goodwill. All right, we made it. You are the expert now. You know all about scams. You know all about coronavirus scams. Big takeaways, they try to get you to rush. They don't want you talking to other people. And they try to get you to pay through ways that cannot be traced or stopped, such as wiring money or paying through gift cards. All right, those are red flags. You know all the big categories. You can tell all your friends and family. But now what do you do? Let's say you fall for a scam. Okay, what can you do? Coronavirus scams and resources. So if you want legitimate information on coronavirus, if you're looking for legitimate health information, you can always call your doctor, right? But you can also go to the Centers for Disease Control site. So I have their website up here, and they have cutting edge research on that. Another great resource that I really love, Federal Trade Commission. I have their website for their coronavirus scam. The Federal Trade Commission is the federal agency that investigates scams. I didn't mention it here, but if your identity is stolen, the Federal Trade Commission has this great website. It's called identitytheft.gov, not identitytheft.com, not identitytheft.org, identitytheft.gov. Okay, great website that'll help you walk through what to do if your identity is stolen. Similarly, Federal Trade Commission handles stuff on the federal level. On the state and local level, you call your North Carolina Attorney General's office, right? Assuming you're in North Carolina like I am, if you're in a different state, I'm sure your state's Attorney General's office can handle this as well. I've got the phone number to file a complaint with the North Carolina Attorney General's office right up here. And then similarly, we have the AARP Fraud Watch. They have a free hotline you can call. If you suspect a scam, you can call this number, okay? So I'm gonna leave this up here for a moment, so if you need to write it down, and if you're watching this record, just hit pause. But these are some good places to start. Likewise, another great resource, legal aid. I'm with the Senior Legal Project. I deal primarily with elder abuse victims, which means that I deal with these scams day in and day out. Call legal aid. I have our main hotline number down there, and we can talk to you about scams. If you've fallen for a scam or you think you might be approached by a scam and you're not sure, call that number. If you're 60 or over, you can call our Senior Legal Project. That's the people that I work for. So legal aid, and within legal aid is the Senior Legal Project. I believe the hotline number for the Senior Legal Project is 1-877-579-7562. And that's for people who are 60 and over. And again, the Senior Legal Project number is 1-877-579-7562. If you have questions about scams, if you are worried that you or someone you know has fallen for a scam, if you want, once the pandemic's over and we can meet with people in person again, if you want a presentation given at your senior center or something, give us a call and we may be able to help you. All right, well, thank you very much. I hope that this helped you, and please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.